just love that song. What up, guys? What day is it? Tuesday. I'm like, it's all messy. I'm a little messy today, but I'm okay with it. You guys, welcome 98 The Melanated Way. I'm your host, Linda Antwi. We are talking all things Love After Lockup. Season 3, episode 41, Sex, Dolls, and Booty Calls. Hey, Crystal. Hey, girl. Hey, we're going to do some housekeeping first real quick and then jump into the show. Wherever you're watching, if you can hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, that'd be fabulous. And without the support of Olivia, Vanessa, Trisha, Sandra, Carol, Trina, Danielle, Rebecca, Marianne, Nia, Raydella, Linda, Brianna, Crystal, hey girl, hey, see you. Nicolle, Amanda, Jaleesa, Donna over at Anchor FM, Chandra, Judy, and Beth. These shows couldn't happen, so thank you so much for subscribing to Patreon. You guys, I've been holding on to so many surprises, and so I'm really excited about this week. I have a couple of surprises for my Patreon subscribers that are all about Love After Lockup. We just secured everything today, so look out for that coming up in the next couple of days. I'm really excited, you guys. Hey, Jen. Hey, girl. Hey. I'm really, really excited. So we're going to do that this week, and then what else do I have to talk about? I have another show tonight at 8. Covering love in the Caribbean, the 90-day spinoff that I absolutely love. Okay, you guys, this show right here, Love After Lockup, I'm stuck. Like, I'm just stuck with it. I'm stuck in a good way. Like, I have all the questions still, and I just think these people are crazy. Crazy good, crazy drama. Let's jump into Daonte and Nicolle. Okay, so she's been out for a week. She continues to say that she's not ready to sleep with him, but she's open to meeting his mom. Okay. Now, y'all know that she's running game, right? She's running game so hard. I just feel like she should do a masterclass, a TED Talk on how to run game, because this girl right here, listen, and the lies that just spew out of her mouth so quickly and easily, it's fascinating. Like, I keep saying to myself, she's really quick on her feet. She just really knows what to say. It's amazing. So, she goes on to say, I'm open to meeting your mom, but, if your mom doesn't like me, then I'm never going to see her again. And I was like, well, okay, calm down, Nicolle. You're being a whole lot extra. Daonte is not about to give up his mama. Okay. And she's just really not thrilled to meet his mom. And then Daonte, I call him Dum Dum because this episode, he really tried to lay in a little bit, and he tried to have a kahunas, but still, he makes an excuse. He's, don't worry, she'll come, she'll eat, she won't stay long, and we'll have her out. And he's talking about, I feel for him. Do you guys feel for Daonte? He wants it all. He wants the white picket fence, the 2.5 kids, the dog, his mom, his woman. He wants the whole thing. And hey, Raydella, hey, girl, hey. Hey, Michelle, hey, girl, hey. And, he just has that je ne sais quoi. You want to root for him because he seems like a really nice guy, but then you want to also punch him in his mouth and be like, what is wrong with you? I'm not advocating violence. I'm just saying, I'm trying to understand what the hell his problem is. He seems like a nice guy. And if I can use the prison talk that they use, I'm sure he could find someone in the free world that is not going to use him. I don't understand. Anyhow, so they're making dinner, and I'm going to talk about that because, I get distracted by dumb stuff. And they're making dinner, and she pulls out some pamphlets, and it's pamphlets to get her breasts enhanced, right? So she's telling him about her boob appointments and giving him the price sheets. She's happy that it's going to be $6K and not $8K. She was expecting it to be a whole bunch more. They get in a little tit for tat over that because she said that he offered to pay for them, and now he's saying that he doesn't have the money. So now she's irritated because she had her hopes up, and now what? And then this fool said that he'll make it work, even if that means that he's not going to pay his rent or pay his bills. Does that sound familiar? Because isn't that what his old woman did? Ran him amok, and he had no money, stopped paying his bills because he was given to this chick that was running him. Now we have Nicolle part 2 Nicolle is running him, and he's willing to give up his place. So you're going to end back up at your mama's house, and Nicolle doesn't even sleep over at your house? I mean, Daonte, what are we even talking about right now? Why would you risk the roof over your head for some girl that won't even sleep with you? You ain't had it. You ain't got none. You ain't got none. Okay? And all, like, what's the prize here? What are you getting right now? Because I'm not seeing it. I am not seeing it. And says, and she was so happy to hear him say that. Facts. She was like, oh yeah, I've got this one on the hook 100%. Like, he's all in. He's going to be homeless and I'm going to have some big tatas? Yes, sir. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, he's not going to pay his rent, not going to pay his bills. He's going to do anything to satisfy her. And when in my notes, shaking my damn head was my note. That was my note for that whole situation. Now I want to talk about this salad. You guys, healthy living doesn't necessarily mean bagged iceberg lettuce and then you throw some cheese on it, shredded bagged cheese on it. That doesn't mean you're eating healthy. And it doesn't actually even mean that you're cooking a little something. You're literally just transferring a bunch of lettuce from a bag to a bowl, throwing a little bit of dressing on it, throwing some cheese on it, and calling it a salad. And I was like, at least they're not using paper plates. Thank you very much. You all know how I feel about the paper plate situation, but that dinner did not seem like anyone put any thought into it. I was like, I guess she's been in prison. She's young, so she probably doesn't know how to cook. But I was like, oh, if you're having your mama over, like, at least make her some good food. Anywho, she remembers that it's her ex Tia's birthday. And so she wants to call her ex and say happy birthday. And Daonte's like, wait, what? You're calling who? Your ex? Like, why? She's my friend and no one can tell me what to do. And in that moment, you guys, I had a complete PTSD flashback of Angela. Now, hear me out. Nicolle is like the young, pretty version of Angela. That's what's happening here, where she's like, no one's going to tell me what to do. And she's like screaming at her man. Her man happens to be black. She wants to run right through him. And I was like, she smokes, same as Angela, the whole 9 years. I was like, oh, you're just Angela 4.0. We're going to see you in 20 years and you're going to be Angela from 90 Day Fiancé. Oh, ew. Right? Because you can be beautiful on the outside, that ugly inside. No, thank you. No, thank you. And you guys can go back and watch that scene and you'll absolutely be like, is that Angela reincarnated? What is happening right now? So she's like freaking out. She's like, she's going to call her friend. No one's going to control her. He's trying to control the wrong one. Tell me who that sounds like, you guys. Come on. Okay. And then she goes into his room that he pays for. He pays the rent until he gets her boobs. Wants some privacy. Why are you following me into this room? Can I get some privacy? Wait, what? Okay, so let me get this straight. You're not acting like you're my woman. You said we're not engaged. You just got out of prison, so you ain't got no job. I run you everywhere you want to go. You ain't giving nothing up. And you want to boss me around in my own house and tell me that I followed you into the room that I pay for and you need some privacy. You want to have an attitude thing? Oh, no, ma'am. Nope, not today. Not any day. Bye-bye. That's what Daonte should be saying. Oh, but no. Oh, no. She wants a second to talk privately. He says, it's my house. It's my phone. I pay for that phone. And I can't believe you're trying to talk to your ex up in here, which is exactly what I would have said. Rude. His mom is coming. You're supposed to be his woman. You should be worried about that. But instead, you're worried about your ex and her birthday. Calls the ex. Apparently, Tia's not feeling well. And Nicolle wants to go there and take care of her. Okay. Tells the girl, as Daonte's listening in the back, that she doesn't want to meet the mom. She doesn't want to be there. Come get me. She snooping around his room, finds baby Nicolle, or Nicolle Jr., he calls it, his sex toy. And she's all freaked out. She gets angry because I told him to throw that out. I can't believe he has it. He's disgusting. He's a nasty ass. All this stuff. First of all, Nicolle, calm down. I don't really feel like you're in a position to judge anybody since you've been in prison this whole time. And let's not forget that you're a prison stripper. So you danced for money, and then you want to judge your boyfriend for having a sex toy when you aren't giving him sex? I'm sorry. I'm confused. I'm confused by the hypocrisy of it all. Okay. So she says that she wanted him to throw it away. She finds it super creepy. She's creeped out about it. And so she's mad at him, and she's making a joke about him to Tia. And he hears this whole thing. He comes and he starts freaking out. They start fighting. He's like, you're not going to make a joke out of me in my own house. Don't put your hand in my face. Then Daonte tries to have a moment where he stands up for himself. He tries to have a moment and say, if you're in this for what you can get out of it, the material things out of it, then get the fuck out of here, he says. But in that same breath, he turns and says, you're not the end all be all. That should have been where he says, be gone. Go do what you got to do. Go ahead and have Tia come pick you up. We're good. But no, he backs down because he was just playing. He doesn't really want those things to happen. He says he wants to make it work because he loves her. That's his woman, but you're not going to make a fool out of me. Well, which one is it, Daonte? Because it seems to me she's only been making a fool out of you. And I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Radella said she would have left my house at that point, misentitled. And Crystal says, and she used to be a cam girl with a chick from a previous season. Yeah. I mean, I just don't think Nicolle is in a position to be judgy on anyone. All right. Nika comes over. The mom comes over, and the mom is not impressed. These are the mom's words, not my words, so don't come for me. The mom says, this is Daonte, another white blonde stripper type. That's what my son go for. And the mom is not impressed. And she is not impressed. Mama's face, Mama Nika was like, oh, hell no. Like, what? And then Mama Nika really did feel like she was having deja vu. And I have to tell you, I literally took a shot from my phone to my TV. And I really feel like she's not wrong. She's not wrong at all. Look at this girl right here. Tell me that girl does not look exactly like Nicolle. Exactly like Nicolle. Like same young blonde chica that ran him out of his house, took him for all that he was worth. And Nicolle is doing the same thing. And I'm just trying to understand how he's not seeing this. I'm trying to understand, like the mama says, he talks about how he's apprehensive, right? Because he's been through this and he's seeing some similarities. Because when this chick, what's her name? Chelsea, got out, she acted standoffish, like she didn't want to be around him. Just substitute Chelsea for Nicolle, and I don't see how that's not the same thing that's happening right here. She doesn't want to be around you. She doesn't touch you. She doesn't want to be with you intimately, and she never stays at your house. She always wants you to drive her back to her mama's house. What? She told you she had 5 girlfriends while she was in prison. Didn't tell you till she got out and got called out by your friend, but you love her and she's the one for you and you want to marry her and you want to live. Like what? What, Daonte? Like, what are you even talking about right now? It makes no sense to me. And I'm just trying to figure out what his deal is. Like, literally, what is your deal, Daonte? Like, are you insecure? I'm just trying to figure that whole thing out. I have a bunch of things I'm going to show you guys. I know you saw me clicking through that real quick, but I'll bring that back up in a second. So mom's not impressed. Nicolle tells the mom that I love your son and I'm not going anywhere and I just want to be with him. And she's like, why? Simple fact. Why? And because, she says her son has been through a lot and she feels very protective over him. She's seen him do all the things already, lose it all. So she's feeling a little protective and she's kind of seeing similarities of what he's gone through before. The mom's not wrong, by the way. So she's like, no, I love him and I want to be with him and I'm not going anywhere. Woo, woo, woo. And then Daonte tries to buck up. Now, Daonte, I know you're a grown-ass man, but your mama's a Black woman. And I don't know what TV show you think you're on, but I'm going to tell you this right now. There is no Black mother in the world. And I will bet any person on it. There is no Black mama in the world that's going to allow her child, to run amok and talk crazy to her. Not on camera or off camera. So when Daonte says that he's a grown man and if you can't accept her, you can't accept me. And his mama said, oh no, you are not coming at me like that. You are not speaking to me like that. You barely know this woman. And I was like, oh, Daonte, you're about to get beat down. I don't care how grown you are. Like, this is the time where you decided that you were going to have some kahunas to talk crazy to your mama and not to the woman that is using you. You're going to buck up and have some bravado to your Black mama. Listen, you clearly don't make good choices. Make better choices, Daonte. Make better choices because you know what? She will take you out, period. Your mama will take you all the way out. Stevie says, mom kept it 100. Daonte totally disrespected his mother on TV. And Nicolle said, mama shut him down real quick. He was about to get slapped on national TV. Those are facts, you guys. I was shocked. I was like, you are not about to grow a pair in the wrong moment. What is happening right now? So the mom's doubts obviously come from Chelsea, and I showed you guys some pictures of Chelsea, and I just really feel like they look like the same thing. They're doing the same thing to Daonte. Apparently, he's the only one that doesn't see it. We all see it. But he doesn't see it. He loves her. That's his woman. The mom says, well, you've been out a week. Oh, no, excuse me. Daonte says, you've been out a week and I still feel like I'm by myself. So very similar to what Chelsea was doing to me when she first got up. And then the mom, her face looked like, listen, you guys, I'm about to say something. Mind my language. But the mom was like, isn't this a bitch right here? You're going to tell me that you've been locked up for 4 years away from men and you ain't what? She's like, we as women, we love sex just like men. Something's wrong with this picture, she says. And you're trying to say you have a problem being intimate? Oh, no, Mama says. Mama Nika says, oh, no, you don't have a problem being intimate. You have a problem being intimate with Daonte. But guess what? You're trying to tell me that you're scared to have sex because that's what she said. She's scared. She's got some anxiety to have sex. Mama said, you weren't scared to ask for money, though. You ain't that scared. Okay? The 20, 30,000 that he spent while he was in prison and the 1,000 that he spent and you've only been out for a week. And mind you, you were just in the back room talking to your ex-girlfriend. Oh, stop playing. Yes, Crystal, stop the bus. So the mom thinks, obviously, as do we all, that Nicolle's in it for the material stuff. And I know I've shared some details with you guys. And so we all know that that's true. Those are facts. And if you watched our news and gossip, or if you watched our earlier episodes of Love After Lockup, I scooped some tea here, so y'all know that that's true, right? And so if you don't want your ears to be burned or your season to be wrecked, then you should close your ears right now, because I'm just gonna say something real quick and remind you guys that she did get married, right? But she didn't get married to him. She got married to one of her prison girlfriends. So this was all a shakedown. And I will refer you back to episode 1, where she said that she was on the website to take people's money. When people tell you who they are, you must believe them, Daonte. Ridiculous. So dinner's over. Daonte's driving her back in his car, and then I thought again, like, is he on drugs? Did he fall and hit his head? What part of that did you feel like your mom liked her? Because Daonte thinks that his mom liked Nicolle, and literally those words came out of his mouth, and I was confused by that, because what part? And then he says he feels like things went well. She got to meet his family. He got to meet her family. So he's ready to take the next step. Are you crazy? Daonte, are you, like, literally, are you crazy? I just want to know. Because, like, to me, you're throwing your money here, there, and everywhere. And I'm just trying to figure out what are you getting out of this? What is your prize in this? I'm confused. Oh, but it gets better. They get to the house. He normally walks her like a gentleman to the door, make sure she gets in the house safely. She's telling him this time, oh, you don't have to do that. I don't want to wake the dogs and wake my mom. Then my mom gets mad and she has to get up. Woot-de-woot-de-woot. Okay, Nicolle, quick on your feet. You're quick on your feet. The words that come out of your mouth, very quick. Impressive. The lies just like spill like water. And so she gets out, she sits on the porch, she's having a smoke, and Daonte, you know, that gut feeling, you guys, always listen to your gut. Your gut is always right. Your gut is speaking to you. Your gut, you're telling you this is what you should do. Never ignore it. So his gut is telling him to turn around. So he does a whole stealthy move, y'all. He turns around, he parks, lights off, and he just sits and wait. He sits and wait. I loved it. I was like, oh, okay, what's going to happen now? Another car pulls up. She's about to get in the car, and Daonte speeds up and screams, what's going on, Nicolle? What do you think is going on? What do you think that your non-fiance, half-girlfriend, if you want to even really call her that, but the woman that's taken all of your money and making you pay for all of the things, what do you think is going on? You just caught her calling her ex, and now this other fool, Zach, pulls up, and you want to know what's happening? I think you know what's happening. I just think that you just don't want to face it. Oh, funny to me. All right, so I want to show you guys some social media photos that Daonte posted today. So he did a poll about his relationship with Nicolle, and I just want you guys to see these pictures, and I want you guys to look at his face. Like, this dude, I just feel for him. Like, he clearly loves this girl, and he's being rolled so hard, you guys. And I just don't understand why he refuses to acknowledge the fact that he's being played so hard. I'm confused by it. So he shared some lovey-dovey photos, and I figured I would share it with you. And I just want you guys to see how it's almost like he can't believe that he's with this girl. That's the vibe I get from these photos. He can't believe that he's with this girl. And I'll pull it up real quick and I'll read you his caption, because the caption was priceless too. So you would think, you know, this dude kind of is feeling her, but she is definitely not feeling him. But he does have a lot of, memories with this girl. Memories. Oh, Daonte, poor thing. I feel for you. So, Daonte says this is what his, and let me bring Nicolle back up. This is what the caption read. Well, that poll I made in my story was overwhelmingly lopsided in the favor of yes. So as requested, I'm going to give the majority what they wanted to see and share these. Folks, these are old. I'm going to say it again, all caps. These are old, okay? LOL. So before anybody starts tripping, please read the caption. I'm only going to keep these posted briefly because I had them hidden for my own personal reasons, but I don't mind sharing even if this piece of my life with you guys. So enjoy while you can. And the comments, you guys, they go off. Look, they go off. Hot mess express. All right, moving on to Stan and Sasha. Okay, you guys, I have questions, and I need to ask this question so you guys have time before I review their little section. Here's my question. Has Lisa forgotten, or have I misinterpreted the definition of sugar baby? My understanding of sugar baby, and especially when you meet on seekingarrangement.com or whatever, sugarbaby.com or sugardaddy.com, any of the man is paying for your companionship and you are getting paid to be a sugar baby. Okay. So has that changed? Has Lisa forgotten how they met? Has she forgotten the meaning of sugar baby? What is the meaning of sugar baby to you? Let me know in the live chat. Let me know in the comments below. I'm very curious because to me, I'm confused by this whole situation. All right, so they're in the restaurant. Stan is being clear. I met you on seekingarrangement.com. I want to go home. I want to talk and I want to hold each other a little bit. So let's go, and let's go now. Yo, Stan is like, I've been waiting for this. I've been sending you money. It is time for you to act like a sugar baby. I don't understand what is happening right now. He wants to go home to the privacy and the comfort of his home. And she asks him, what do you really want to do? Well, Lisa, what do you think he wants to do? He's been sending you all this money while you were in prison. You met on seekingarrangement.com, sugarbaby, sugardaddy.com. What do you think he wants from you? What do you think he thinks he's investing in? Honestly, because has the meaning of sugar baby changed? You said you wanted an arrangement, so I'm not sure how you can be a sugar baby and not provide any sugar. She says she'll visit. She can't promise that she's staying, but she'll visit. But she's mad because she feels like he owes her money, and he owes money for the hotel that she decided to stay in because she got in a fight because she was so concerned about her baby. But her baby's a 22-year-old grown-ass man. But, another story. Oh, and she decided that he also owes her money for some clothes that he said he was going to buy. So I'm assuming that she went when she got her fancy new hair that, again, I just don't even know what's happening up there. But I guess she got her hair done and she bought some clothes. And so she needs to be reimbursed. Again, I'm going to ask y'all that are watching, what's the definition of a sugar baby? I need someone to answer that question because I feel like she's not clear and I feel like I'm clear and I could be wrong. What's the definition of a sugar baby? So she's decided that she has a bunch of rules and boundaries and stipulations that she's going to give him and he's going to have to abide for them or he can kick rocks, she says. Okay, Lisa. Okay. Now she's crying that her life is chaotic right now, and Stan's really not caring for her, and maybe she's decided that she needs her own place. So wait, Stan owes you money for the hotel that you've been staying at, that you're not sanctioned to stay in, by the way, because you're supposed to parole to his house. So you probably could go back to prison any minute by staying at the hotel. And then he owes you money for clothes that you said that he said he was going to buy you and he didn't. So he owes you. Okay. So now you want him to find you an apartment to live in? And wait, what? But you're supposed to be the sugar baby? I'm confused. And not only does she want her own apartment and she wants to stay in that apartment, she says 4 to 6 months, but you guys, as soon as she gets to an apartment and he starts paying the rent or whatever, he buys it, the mortgage, whatever, she ain't never coming back. And I personally think he might want to do that, because I really do think that if she moves into that house and she brings her criminal family, we are going to see a whole new show. There will be no more Stan. And especially if Stan has already put her in his will, it will be a wrap. And a wrap. Okay, so, oh, by the way, Stan, she needs a car. Now, she doesn't have a license, but apparently he promised her while she was in prison, he would give her $5,000 to go get a car. So she wants to go to the dealership and she wants to get a car immediately, and she'll deal with not having a license and perhaps getting pulled over by the police. It's very odd. It's very presumptuous. Again, you can't be a sugar baby and not provide sugar. I just don't think that that's how it goes. I don't think there is no person that's going to shell out money to give you this, and this with the intention of not getting anything back. I just don't think it happens. And Lisa is not as smooth as Nicolle, so either she's needs to up her game, or she needs to provide the sugar. So I laughed, you guys, when she talked about, okay, so the clothes, the money, the hotel, the apartment, the car, the $5,000, all the things. And then she turns to Stan and says, these are goals of hers. What? Your goal is to have some other person pay for all your shit and you do nothing? Those are your goals? And have an attitude when you're not getting the things that you want, and you have the audacity to say that you have some rules, boundaries, and stipulations? Stop playing. I just think it's hilarious. Y'all need to just stop playing. So they get pulled over by a cop. She's worried because she's got 15 felonies. She only has her prison ID. She's never been pulled over by the cops where she's not gone to prison. Stan's all hoity-toity about it. I don't know, what did I do? I didn't do anything. I can't believe this. Okay, Stan, calm down. She says that she has PTSD anytime she sees the flashing lights, and he doesn't check on her, and how selfish of him. Rude. Okay, calm down. So she says she has this PTSD. Cop is having an interaction with him. Apparently he was speeding and he ran a red light. Cop takes his license. She's still freaking out a little bit. And Stan is like, don't worry. And then the cop comes back with just a warning. Now, I'm not going to get too in-depth in it, but I don't think that that's a regular stop where you've run a red light and you've been speeding, and the cop says that he had to speed to catch up to you, and then they just give you a warning. And then Stan thinks it's his wonderful driving record, but I think it might be something else. They get to the house, and when I mean they get to the house, they pull up to the house, and Stan is ready. He might as well just taking his pants off. He's running to the house, and she is not having it. She's not going to have sex with him. He freaks out and gets mad. And he's like, oh, go away. I can't believe you. And then she's about to say something. Don't put your hands on me. I was like, where was she even? What's done? Now you're acting like a spoiled brat, because now he's starting to realize that he spent all this money and she's not going to give him any. And he's been waiting for months and months and months and months. He's having flashbacks for when they originally met and they hooked up and he had a really good time. And then she went to prison and he's been waiting and waiting and waiting for her and giving her money and driving her around. And he wants sex, and he wants it right now. He wants a return on his investment, and he wants it immediately. And she is like, no. So guess what? He throws her shit out. She calls him a douchebag, and she's like, I'm going to the hotel. Okay, guys, there's a free millionaire available. Okay, you two are just ridiculous. Like, you both are doing the most. Like, you really, really are doing the most. And I was like, again, have we lost our minds? Have we forgotten what this arrangement was? And even if we have forgotten, do we remember where y'all met? Because I'm not sure where all this entitlement, like, I am about to do this, I'm about to do that, I'm about to do this, I have rules and I have regulations. Like, I'm just trying to figure out where all that is coming from, because it is outrageous to me. Now, I see a lot of you guys, and I'm trying to pull it up for you. Oh no, let me try to pull it up. So Crystal, who's in the live chat, she sent this to me, and I'm going to try to get it to you guys real quick. Just give me a minute, because I just remembered it, and you guys are talking hot up in the live chat. So my whole thing with Lisa is, like, you need to actually do your part. Okay? You need to do your part, and if you're not going to do your part, then I don't know how this is ever going to work for you. I just don't. And, like, again, what are you bringing to the table? What is Stan getting out of it? Stan told you by being on that website exactly what he wanted. And what he wanted was an arrangement. So go ahead and make that arrangement happen. All right, you guys. So Crystal sent this to me, or tagged me in this, and I think you might enjoy it. So I'll just pop it up right here. Danielle said it. Hair looks like Top Ramens, I think. And I died of laughter, y'all. I can now not ever unsee this. I think it's hilarious. Shout out to Crystal for sending it to me, because y'all aren't wrong. Y'all aren't wrong. You will never in your life look at Top Ramen noodles again the same, because I know I won't. I know I won't. Moving on to Anissa and Jeff. Now, you guys, Anissa and Jeff, like, Anissa, first of all, you wasted 11 years of your life waiting on this dude. And, like, Jeff, to me, out of all of the inmates, is, like, super inmate-y, if that makes any sense to you. Like, I don't even understand what he says when he talks, and, like, his teeth freak me out. And, like, he just, to me, he's like, he oozes convict and drugs. And it's just, but hey, man, if you wanted to wait, if he's your prize, you know, I get it. I get it. Like, there's someone for everyone. But she went and got tanned because she wants to be all, like, tanned, so that when she's naked for the first time, she looks good for Jeff. He gets home from the halfway house now. I loved how the network tried to blur out where the halfway house is. I won't say the name, but, like, everyone in the world knows what that sign is and where he was staying. So like, why are we blurring out the name? Like, you didn't even blur it out properly. Anyways, he gets out from his halfway house. And, you know, she's been waiting 11 years. Everyone's thought that he was the imaginary boyfriend. She knows that there's going to be some trust issues with them because, you know, he's ghosted her a few times. And so there's going to be some trust issues. Now he comes out, there's some kisses, and there's talk about like rolling around in the hay and that whole thing. And I don't know why my face is doing this. I just, this one is like, it's hard to swallow. Anissa's having wedding talk about flowers, and she wants to get married in 2.5 months. He's looking out the window like he does not even care. He's not interested in any of it. So then he does say that the BOP, which I don't even know what that is. I'm assuming it's the Board of Prisons. I'm making that up. I really don't know what it is, but let's just call it that. They need approval to get married, so they're going to need to write a letter. And he's just really not into it. He's not really into having a wedding, but she's absolutely into it because this woman has waited 11 years. You've ghosted her twice in those 11 years. She spent like 50 grand over the years and has come back. She is getting a return on her investment. She is getting married to you, Jeff. To you immediately, if not sooner. So they get to the house. He looks around. Is there food in the fridge? It's an upgrade. He's got to plug his ankle bracelet in. Apparently, he has to plug himself in like twice a day. And he's excited that he can have anything he wants, and he just needs to charge up his anklet. He'll be on that ankle monitor bracelet for like 3 months. Is that an ankle monitor bracelet? Is that what it's even called? And so they sit down and she turns to him and says, you know, is this like what you want to do? Because I've waited 11 years to be with you and I want to take you to my bedroom. Now, here's the thing that's interesting to me. He says, okay, because I just want you to, I'm going to be very literal. He says he hasn't been with a woman in 37 months. This fool has been in jail for how? He hasn't, okay, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. I think you know what I'm trying to, he hasn't been with a woman in 37 months. Okay. Why do you, 37 months? Like, who talks like that? And you haven't been with a woman. So who have you been with? Because, you know, I watch all the true crimes and I watch all the prison shows. And that is very specific wording to say you haven't been with a woman in 37 months. So did you have a prison wife? Were you the prison wife? Like, hasn't been with a woman in 37 months. Now, mind you, he said he's had 5 girlfriends while he was in prison, and he's still talking to them, and he's still keeping in touch with them. And he feels like his fiance doesn't need to find out, doesn't need to ever know. And they wake up in the morning. She's all happy. She said last night was amazing. He says that she's not shy in the bed. It was amazing. And then, you know, they're going to go and have breakfast. Meanwhile, we find out that all of his exes he's got tattooed on his body. This is, wait, I was about to sing the DMX song, Keisha, Renee, you know that song. Anyways, all of them are all over his arms. And she's just like, oh, that's fine, as long as you get them covered up. And he said, he is not, listen, your name is not going to make his arm. And he's not getting anything covered up. And I don't understand why you don't see that. You already bought your wedding dress? Okay. Then he said something else that completely confused me. And I have questions, and I'm going to need them answered immediately. He says that it's easy for him to meet women. Really? Why? Because, again, out of all the inmates, to me, you are the scariest. Who Who are these women? What are you bringing to the table? You ain't got no job. This woman supports your entire lifestyle. You've been in prison the whole time. She puts money on your books. You're a druggie, and you're 5 girlfriends, and it's easy to meet women. Who are these women? Who? What is happening? What don't I know, y'all? What am I living in a bubble? Because I'm trying. What? Okay. He sits down and his phone starts blowing up. It's Christine texting, and apparently Christine is the love of his life, and she just happened to text him, happened to know that he had a phone and was not in prison anymore, just happened to know that he was in a halfway house, and she reached out to him just randomly text this number, and he just happened to have the phone with them, and now they've been in contact. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. If that's not a lie, I don't know what is. Kyle arrives. We find out that Kyle lives in the same land that Anissa lives on, and I've always asked you guys, why don't those two just hook up? They seem like a better match, but they're besties. But they tell you your best friends make the best relationships. We find out he too has been incarcerated, so he sees ex-con all over Jeff, and he starts to kind of grill Jeff. Where did you go the other times? And he said, I went to the streets. You belong to the streets. And if I'm being hard on him, you guys, I'm sorry. I just cannot with this one. I cannot. He went to the streets for drugs. He didn't care about Anissa before, and he cares about him now, or cares about her now. And I was like, well, what? Just like Kyle, what changed? What changed? Oh, I allowed myself to fall for her this time. Did you, though? Did you? I don't think so. And he's holding a big secret that is going to make her mad and make everyone mad. What's the secret? Crystal thinks that the secret is he's married. I wouldn't be surprised by that. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. What do you guys think the secret that he's holding from Anissa? Because he's holding something back besides the drug use. He's still using drugs, you guys, for sure. In my opinion. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just like, his behavior is very druggy to me. But that's just my opinion. I don't know that for a fact. Britney and Ray. There wasn't a lot on Britney and Ray. Grandma shows up and doesn't think that she has a reason to say that, hey, I showed up. I'm the grandmama. I show up when I want to show up, and I don't need a reason, and I don't need permission to see him. And then what I thought was weird was Grandma Sue was getting attitude about Britney, and she doesn't know what Britney's intentions are for her baby. What? Britney that owns a house that is allowing your grandbaby to parole at her house and has a job and a car, you're confused because they met online and you don't know her intentions. You're at the prison, or you're at the halfway house picking up your grandbaby. So why are you having attitude? Why are you questioning her? What? Oh, okay, Grandma. I mean, I guess I get it. That's your baby, but like, let's be realistic. He's also a felon that just got out of jail, so we can all calm down. Grandma says, she's going to keep an eye on them because she just really doesn't trust Britney, I guess. And there's kisses. And Britney's like, are you going to go with your grandma, or are you coming with me? And he's like, obviously I'm coming with you. They get back to the house. It's super awkward. The two of them, I don't see the chemistry, you guys. It's really awkward. There's no words. They're sitting on the bed. And then she says, she wants to do the FM and FM situation. And so they go to the kitchen to get some food. He says, his words too, he hasn't been with a woman in 3.5 years, so he's nervous. He hasn't been with a woman. That is a very... Listen, y'all, it's all in the wording. Neither him nor Jeff said, I haven't had sex in X amount of time. They literally both just said, I haven't been with a woman for X amount of time. So for Ray, it's been 3.5 years. 3.5 years. So prison wife. It's very specific wording. So he says all the words. I'm attracted to her. I want to be with her, but I'm nervous. Okay. I have questions for you and Jeff, because y'all are being a little sus to me. Stevie says, yes, I caught that too. Last, and again, very confusing to me, Courtney and Josh. So he's almost out of the 14 days where he's going to have to go and parole to his cousin's house, because they can only spend the 14 days quarantining. He's not allowed to parole to her house because she too has a criminal background. She's on felony probation. But he's been playing video games all day. She says he's just not there. She's like, I went to jail for him and I'm on probation for him, and feels like he could just at least, put a little effort into it. You think, Courtney? You lost your career. You went to prison. You are on felony parole or probation right now for a dude that's sitting on your couch, can't work, and now is just playing video games all day. And then so she feels sad. And she also feels sad that he has to parole to his cousin's house, and she doesn't know if they're ever going to be able to live together anytime soon because of this probation. The two felons can't be together. So for at least maybe up to 3 years, they may not be able to live together. Oh, but you're married, because that was the right choice. That was the right thing to do. You got married by proxy. And so now that you're seeing that he's not putting any effort in, that he's watching video games all day, he's completely ignoring you. And not only is he ignoring you, you go to the wedding shop. Okay, so it's a good idea for you guys to get married. So you go to the wedding shop and you're trying on wedding dresses, and you say it's the first time that you've been wedding dress shopping. Confusing to me, you guys, because she's been married 3 times already before. Remember? She's been married 3 times before. So were they all shotgun weddings? Because if they were, then I would say, like, maybe you need to rethink this situation right here. You are already ready. Why spend money when literally you're having problems after 14 days? He's been in prison for years, and after 14 days together, you guys are having some problems, and you say you guys, it's a rocky situation. You might want to slow your roll. You might want to do that. You're already married. Why waste money? Doesn't make sense to me, but okay. She still wants to marry him, even though things are rocky. And she's upset that he doesn't do anything. And since he's been out, they've only had sex a few times because he's too tired and he's not in the mood for sex almost every time she asks him. And she's frustrated by that. She's like, he could at least hold my hand. Find out that he flushed his ring down the toilet a month before he got out of prison because they had a fight. Does any of that make sense to you guys? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I always say sex is important in a relationship. One of the things that are important. There are 4 things that I always tell you guys that are important. Now, if your man has been locked down for years and you all only have 14 days and your man, what man do you know tells you that he's too tired for sex? And it's only been 14 days that he's been out and free and can freely have sex whenever he wants. What man do you know that does that? Something is fishy to me. Red flags all over the place to me. But no, it's a good idea. Let's go ahead and buy that wedding dress and let's go ahead and get remarried and spend the money. And let's not forget that this dude right here is about to leave the house. And I said it before, I'm going to say it again. He's going to be with his cousin, and him and his cousin are going to go hang out. He's going to meet some other women because I'm sorry, Courtney, he's just not that into you. You were his ride or die. You paid for all the bills, and he feels indebted to you because you lost your job and went to jail for him. But that's it. Master of Blackjack says, crook, right out of the can that doesn't want sex. That's a curveball. Yeah. Yep. Just watch. It's gonna get worse as soon as this fool goes to his cousin's. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, I tell you. Okay, you guys, it's almost time for my favorite part of the show. Now, let me be clear. Again, this is just a game. No one is contacting anyone. It is just a game, because this is how these people are meeting the inmates. They go to, prison.com or whatever it is. And so we're playing a game. We're going to match me imaginary with an inmate, and you guys are going to call it out. So this is Inmate Bachelor, I think number 5 for us. And let me pop him up for you guys. His name is Dustin. Dustin is 6'2", 220, brown hair. Brown hair? Maybe he means his goatee. Brown eyes. He's convicted for theft of firearms. He has a 26-year sentence. He's been incarcerated since 2014. And his current release date is June of 2030. Okay. And a little bit about Dustin. He says, forgive me if my profile sounds a little different. He shares 2 pictures, which I thought, was interesting. So I guess this is his inside and outside prisons. So before pre-prison and post, I don't know. He says, forgive me if my profile sounds a little different than others. I've never done this sort of thing before. I'm not sure what to write. So here goes. I'll just dive in and hope it interests someone enough to write or email me. I'm a cowboy who loves the outdoors. I'm from a small town in the Pacific Northwest. I'm from the Pacific Northwest, you guys. I love to ride horses and dirt bikes. I also love to hunt, camp, fish, and anything to do with water. Pretty much anything that involves the outdoors. I'm an animal lover. Another thing that is important to me is family. I have an amazing family. Despite the very poor choices I've made in the past, they're always there to encourage me to do better. I love to read. I mostly listen to country music and rock and metal, but I am open to all types. I believe in all walks of life, no matter what that might be. What I'm looking for is something new in life, although I'm not sure of what that may be. I'm looking for those who may have some of the same interests as I do, although I'm also interested in talking with people with different interests as well. Thanks for taking the time to read this, and I hope we get to correspond. Master of Blackjack says, nah, you need a white-collar criminal. Okay, so for next week, I'm going to look for a white-collar criminal. So we're batting 0 for 5, you guys. You guys haven't liked any of the ones that I brought up. So we'll try again next week. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. My Patreon subscribers, I'm really excited about what's about to happen in the next couple of days. Can't wait to share it with you guys. And hey guys, I'll see you at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, we are doing Love in the Caribbean. All right, guys. Night. I'll see you guys in an hour. Bye for now.